I need a shelf. This shelf. What shelf? But this shelf. Now, dear viewer, you may be asking yourself, and justifiably so, why you need to watch someone build yet another shelf. And there are a few reasons that I'd postulate, the first being particularly pertinent to your posterior. Maybe you have autoplay enabled and your hands are too occupied to skip the video. Perhaps you too are a millennial. And if so, congratulations. We are, in fact, the last hope. Like all millennials, your power is derived from an inexplicable love and proximity to hexagons. It's not inexplicable, it's undeniable. It's the best shape. And it's the holy sacrosanct symbol for the new age religion of the many-sided. Hold on there, fella. Let's not get involved in politics or religion. Lastly, you're similarly handy or otherwise implicated in the trains and feel a certain simpatico kinship to the siren call of completing a personal project that you got 90% of the way finished and then moved on from, either for paying work or because you were harassed and hounded into another household handy hack job. I remodeled this bathroom 5 years ago when we first moved in. It was the first thing I did. And it went from looking pretty knackered to quite nice, if I do say so myself. Anyway, I got the project most of the way buttoned up, and I told my wife that I'd do a custom shelf out of Beetle Kill Pine to match the vanity base or some other reclaimed wood, and we could use it for holding toilet paper and candles and the like. Chicks dig candles. Wink? Why did I say wink? That's embarrassing. Anyway, I think with this scale here, we'll have room for about 3 rolls, kind of squished in tight, which feels about right. The complicated bits that we've got are these miters here and these compounding miters here. Luckily, with my years of experience, I can tell you how to determine bevel angles. That these angles will be cut to 30 degrees, and then these will be sort of an arrow point at a more complicated 30 degrees on each side. That's more than enough talking. Let's cut. Sorry about the vacuum, dust collection and all. So we'll achieve those 7, 3, and 6 mitered pieces with our trusty $30 saw here that doesn't really have a good blade break and definitely doesn't have a blade guard. What's that? Listen, everyone assess their own threat tolerance. Don't take this as tacit approval for poor equipment handling. Okay? Okay? That guy's crazy. And now that it's back to you and me, use whatever tools you have to achieve this 30-degree cut. We're going to speed run this round because I can't imagine there's much appetite to watch me do 16 cuts in real time. And now we sand, but just with 220. Only cowards climb the grits. Wait a second, that's not a sander, that's my voice. Listen, thanks for watching, and if you could click subscribe, that would be super. I laid them out, and now I'm numbering them so that the best side's facing up. Most people tell you wood glue is the way to go for a shelf. And while that's fine and probably accurate, this is a pretty light duty shelf, so I'm going to use super glue. I put an insane amount of confidence in super glue. It holds a lot of load-bearing items around my house and probably a few personal relationships too. So without further ado, let me super glue a few. This is activator if you're new. I'm sorry. Here's 7 seconds of calm while I finish putting these together. Wow, 7 seconds is a long time. If you're still here, thanks. If you're remotely into making stuff or generally project-oriented, like myself, then I suspect you get a lot of hardware long before you ever make the project. So, me too. I got this aluminum kind of French cleat system, like when I was redoing the bathroom years ago for this. And if I'm honest now, what I'd usually do is just super glue it to the wall. As I've said before, ton of stuff in my house super glued. It's fine. What I'm gonna do is knock a little channel out for just a tiny bit to receive on this middle one, and it'll sort of clip itself into place. Oh, look at that. It comes with a little level of its own. I imagine everybody knows this by now, but with aluminum, you can pretty much cut it with anything you cut wood with. Just take it slow and it's going to be loud. Not split our delicate wood. You know, we should pre-drill those. Beautiful. That does look good. I feel good. That gap makes me a little sad, but do your best. That's better. Now, there's really only 3 types of finish that I like to use for personal projects. I'm not much for the idle time waiting for finish to finish its finishing phase. So I've got a little testy test here with this wood to see which one I like best. Beeswax over here on the far left, like a spray-on lacquer on the middle, and then wipe-on poly over here. And I really think, and we're going for wax. I like the way that feels. It's a little bit blonder. This got a little too dark, so maybe this is good enough. Oh yeah, that's the right choice. That finishes up pretty nicely. It takes like medium to low effort to buff it out, but man, it finishes very nicely. Yeah, I like that. Now the only thing left to do is hang it up and decide where we want it to complement itself. I think we want those tops about equal. Our mounting bracket down here. Anytime you're installing anything on your plumbing wall, it's worth considering where the vent pipe for your toilet is. You don't want to send one of these screws right through it, but I should be just to the side of it. I will say that these drywall screws that this set comes with are pretty dandy. Wow, I'll tell you what, I guess the bowl doesn't lie, but that looks fairly crooked to the eye. I think I'll put a block right there to hide that shelf, but other than that, the only thing left to do is stage it up. Some slightly questionable Dolly-inspired beauty shots and wait for the end card to play over it. Here's another video YouTube thinks you'll like. And if you want to check out my page, I'd be very grateful. Wow, this end card pre-roll is pretty long. I guess I'll vamp for some time by telling you my favorite quote by William Faulkner.